As Kim looked at the board displaying his latest results, Dong asked if he had defeated all of them. Kim's demeanor changed as he asked Dong if they could talk for a moment. Dong questioned why they couldn't speak in the gym, to which Kim replied that Dong would be training soon. Dong, now apprehensive, was reluctantly persuaded by Kim to enter the gym. Dong muttered that Kim seemed to have said something under his breath, but Kim dismissed it, saying Dong had misunderstood. Kim assured Dong that he would feel better once he broke a sweat. Guang, upon seeing the gym results on the board, was also taken aback. Guang entered the hunter's living room and asked a hunter about the whereabouts of the others, particularly Kim. The hunter replied that all the hunters had gone to the storage room to retrieve snow removal equipment, and Kim mentioned he would be at the gym until their schedule began. The hunter then realized he had subconsciously referred to Kim as a corporal in front of Guang, which was a mistake. Guang asked the hunter to inform Kim that the platoon commander was looking for him. The hunter agreed, and eager to leave before Guang's mood changed, quickly departed. Guang asked a few hunters what they were doing. One of them inquired if Guang wanted to join in, explaining that they were betting on how quickly Kim would be promoted to sergeant, with the bet being 1 month's salary. Guang looked at the list of hunters who had placed bets and asked why they were always making wagers. The hunter explained that Zhong had staked 6 months' salary and seemed quite serious about it. Zhong admitted that he felt Kim was unusually exceptional, far from ordinary. Guang decided to place his own bet. The hunter warned Zhong that, considering his loud and passionate shouting, he might regret such a large bet. Zhong retorted that Guang shouldn't make such comments. After placing his bet, Guang left. As Zhong observed Guang's departure, he wondered if Guang was serious about not retracting his bet and risking an entire month's salary on Kim achieving the promotion within a month. Zhong concluded that Guang was even more reckless than he was. In the gym, Kim was weightlifting and building muscle. Despite days of effort, he noticed that his stats hadn't improved. He found even his disgustingly large muscles weren't translating into better stats and wondered if there was a skill like the returned hero's strength that could help. He saw that his skill, power, had been upgraded to E rank and his strength stat had increased by 5. Kim thought it seemed like a basic skill, but he could rank it up later. A hunter approached Kim, informing him that the platoon commander was looking for him. Kim, excited, thanked the hunter and hurried off. The hunter wondered what was happening with everyone that day. Kim reported to the administrative office, saluting and stating that he had come as requested. The officer told him it wasn't anything special but suggested they discuss it in the counselling office. The officer asked how Kim's time as a corporal had been, noting that it had been nearly a week. Kim replied that it was going well and he was enjoying it. The commander congratulated him, expressing gratitude for resolving the incident with the middle bats, and said he was very appreciative. Kim modestly replied that it was nothing. They both took a seat, and the commander handed Kim a file, explaining that it was the reason for calling him in. The battalion commander had provided it to Kim as recognition for handling the incident and for his perfect score on the advancement exam. Kim thanked the commander for the acknowledgement. The commander advised Kim not to be too concerned about receiving the recognition casually. He noted that the Hunter Corps preferred to avoid excessive formalities, but assured Kim that this would be added to his experience record. Kim inquired if such achievements might grant him another exception. The commander replied that it was possible, though it wasn't an easy award to obtain. Few hunters received such recognition so early, and even fewer received multiple awards. Kim asked if receiving 10 awards would lead to another advancement. The commander wondered if Kim saw the awards as something akin to fried chicken coupons. Kim joked about whether there was a 1-1 offer or an awards event. A few days later, the scene shifted to hunters gathered outside. A figure at the front instructed them to stand with their specialty weapons. A hunter informed the group that their platoon was assigned to clear a dungeon. He expressed confidence that, provided they performed as trained, they would complete their mission without injuries. The dungeon they were to clear that day was the monster rat nest, located in the sewers. He distributed masks to everyone, and they proceeded to enter the dungeon. Kim thought that the monster rat nest, commonly referred to as the sewers in the Hunter Corps, was not categorized as highly dangerous. However, it typically spawned more than 200 monster rats, and the narrow tunnels restricted the use of firearms, making it a fairly complicated dungeon. He noted that aside from the direction they came from, the space had only a single entrance, and he believed it would be best to lure the rats there. Someone suggested preparing the bait. Kim also thought that due to the dungeon's odor, they would need to wear special gas masks provided by the Hunter Corps. One hunter commented on how disgusting the smell was. Kim considered that the environment might hinder the hunter's performance. The bait for the rats was bananas. A hunter remarked that it was no surprise the rats would be attracted to something so disgusting and questioned whether the rats would actually eat them. They spread the bananas around, and as a hunter moved ahead, he noticed a lot of bones scattered around. He called the others over and pointed out a swarm of monster rats emerging from the front entrance. He ordered the hunters to prepare for battle by lining up horizontally in front of the entrance. He instructed the privates to fall back to the rear with the vice commander. One hunter proposed a bet to another who would kill more monster rats, with the loser paying at the PX. They agreed to the bet, and the commander reminded everyone not to let their guard down. The hunter then asked if the squad commander also wanted to practice. As a large number of monster rats rushed toward them, the squad commander instructed them to maintain their formation and not break rank, while the rest of the team engaged the rats from their current positions. The hunters efficiently slashed at the rats, demonstrating good formation and coordination. Kim noticed that everyone was performing well, especially those involved in the bet Minji and Chio. They were killing rats from a considerable distance, and their ability to cover such a wide area was evidence that their success wasn't due to mere luck. Kim observed Lee in action and noted that Lee was beginning to demonstrate the results of his special training. A hunter called for help, and another rushed to assist. They discovered that more rats were emerging from a different area. The commander instructed that the 1st and 4th squads would handle the rear entrance. He advised the privates to slowly fall back while using their shields for protection, avoiding overzealous attacks on the rats, and maintaining their formation. The battle with the monster rats continued. A man announced that they were nearly finished, with only a few rats remaining. Kim sensed something different and realized that he hadn't detected it at first due to the gas mask, but it was definitely present. He mentioned that the disturbance was coming from the ground. As the hunters began to withdraw from the area, a massive explosion erupted. It was caused by irregular monsters. Kim wondered if the bones scattered around were also the work of these monsters and speculated about the monstrous creature feeding on the rats. He was astonished by the creature's enormous size. The monster charged toward Guang, putting him in immediate danger. Lee's body froze momentarily, but he quickly recovered and rushed to Guang's aid, urging him to hold on and run away. As the monster attacked Guang, Lee intercepted the blow with his sword, protecting Guang. "Get out of here," Lee shouted to Guang. Kim moved in to confront the monster, noting the creature's vacant eyes and the demonic energy emanating from it. He appreciated Lee's bravery and intervention. A hunter warned Kim about the danger and suggested they fall back. The squad leader directed everyone to follow him, while the rest of the team stayed on standby. Meanwhile, rocks began to fall from the cave's upper levels. The monster prepared to attack Kim, but Kim, concerned about being observed, decided to act quickly. He delivered a powerful punch, killing the monster, and then absorbed its power into his hand. Finally, all the hunters emerged from the dungeon. The 2 hunters who had placed a bet were discussing the outcome, with one acknowledging his defeat. Meanwhile, a hunter on the phone reported that the creature was an irregular monster. All platoons had retreated from the dungeon for the time being, confirming that only one such monster had been encountered, which had been defeated by a platoon member. They were requesting reinforcement task forces. A man approached Kim, mentioning that from mosquitoes to monsters there were no normal creatures on the front lines. He thanked Kim for his intervention, noting that he had been so shocked upon seeing the monster earlier that his body had frozen. Kim downplayed his actions and apologized for acting without orders. Jeong commented that it was an emergency situation and praised Kim for his quick response, which had prevented serious trouble for Guang and Dong. He then asked Kim if he was injured. The commander arrived and inquired if Kim was truly unharmed. Kim confirmed that he was fine. The commander informed Kim that they would need to talk when they returned to camp. As Kim agreed. Jong remarked that the commander didn't seem pleased. Meanwhile, a hunter on a call confirmed that all evacuated members had only suffered minor injuries. Dong had just finished his explanation and was heading back to camp. Although Guang had some minor bruises on his head, he was expected to return to the camp the next day. A man from the 2nd platoon instructed everyone to pay attention and announced that, due to unforeseen circumstances, they would be halting their attempts to clear the dungeon. He asked everyone to check their personal equipment and prepare to head back. The platoon members agreed with the directive. As everyone returned, Kim went to the administrative office where the commander awaited him. The commander informed Kim that he had been called in to provide a detailed account of how he defeated the irregular monster and to submit his report. Kim wondered what to include in his report. He had tried to defeat the monster with his shield, but since that didn't work, he had used his fists. He was unsure if they would believe his account. The commander noted that he had not witnessed the battle clearly due to obstructed vision, but asked if Kim had indeed defeated the monster with his fists. Kim confirmed that the monster was filled with energy, and he hadn't had time to consider alternative methods. The commander then inquired about Kim's stats. Kim revealed that his strength was 65 and his agility was 60. The commander was astonished. His own stats averaged around 40, and he noted that regular soldiers with strength and agility over 60 were rare, especially since these stats were more than double those of an average sergeant. He remarked that with Kim's stats, he should have been able to enter the Hunter Military Academy, and he considered it a loss that Kim had not. Hi guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content.